Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. Today it's just a really nice afternoon here in Southwest Florida. What I want to do today is share with you some of the flowers on my NoIDs. And my NoIDs are going crazy. So I have them in front of me, I have them behind me, and for some reason my NoIDs just all had a bloom about at the same time. What are these guys? Well, these are many of my NoID orchids, so I collectively call them NoIDs. I've got a lot of Phalaenopsis, which is what is right here, and they're starting to bloom and they're in spike, and then behind me on my tree, I've got a lot of dens that are in bloom. I think all of my Phalaenopsis orchids, they're all NoIDs, and many of my Dendrobiums are NoIDs as well. I really focus on, or have focused on, Cattleyas. I do have some Dendrobiums that are identified. I might have one Phal that I have an ID on, but most of them, what happens is I get these from, colleagues that get them at the big box stores, and they pass them on to me and don't know what they are, and I don't know what they are, and I don't take great care of them, but they just like being fertilized once a week and just barely paid attention to. And so what I want to do is first talk about these Phalaenopsis. They're just starting to bloom. They've been in spike for a while. The flowers are just starting to open. I have them, and I actually have one on the tree behind me. So this is my date palm tree behind me, and what I used to do is take my NoID plants and just stick them in the base of the petiole, the date palms, and they would root and they would grow and they would do well. I had a huge one of these that was on my date palm that I'm looking out here. It's no longer there. The replacement is going to be planted there really soon. They're almost done with the street improvement project, but you may hear some trucks still going up and down the street. So these are in a variety of different media. So the one that I have strapped to the tree, it's actually not strapped anymore, it's grabbed on. It's just hanging on. The roots have just grabbed on to the date palm tree behind me. And that one is right over there. It's in spike, but the flowers haven't opened yet, so I'm not really sure what that is. This one right here it hasn't quite opened yet. I didn't even take a close-up of the flower. This is it's in lava stone, so it's in a pot, clay pot, with lava stone, and it's blooming. It's doing well. Phalaenopsis don't require too much care, and like I say, just a little bit of fertilizer doesn't matter with the potting mix. So we got lava stone here, and this Phalaenopsis. This is a really nice Phal. This has two bloom spikes coming out on it. Only one of the bloom spikes is open right now. It has two flowers, spotted flowers, really nice, but it has two bloom spikes. This is in, I don't know if you can see this stuff. I'll take a close-up of the pot, but this is in the cut-up base of the petioles from not this date palm, but the date palm that I lost. So I thought, well, okay, since they're growing so well on the date palms themselves, I'll just cut up part of the base of the leaves of the tree and shove them in a pot, and I made a kind of a potting mix out of that. So, two flowering spikes seems to be doing just fine. Again, nice flower, seems to be doing pretty well. So yay for this one. Over here, this one I like. None of these, I should say, are fragrant, but this one I like. This one I actually picked up. So at an Orchid Society meeting that I went to, they were giving away plants, and I got in line, and I was lucky enough to pick out this plant because it has really nice kind of coloration. It's got a pink sepals and petals, but then it has a white lip, and it's really striking, I think. There's only a single spike coming out of this, but the interesting thing is I got this about a year ago, I think, and this is just in the original. Here, I'll take this out. There, it's in one of these pots that's just kind of like barely holding together. That's not really much, but then it's mostly just in sphagnum, so I probably should repot it. So after bloom, I mean, look at this. There's nothing to that. That's just sphagnum with roots in there. So after it's done blooming, I'm not sure what I'll do with this, but it definitely needs to be repotted. But I've had it in this for a year. I don't recommend that you do this, but I got lazy. I just threw it behind the shed. Phalaenopsis likes a little bit more shade than most of the other orchids that I grow. So it's construction trucks going up and down the street still. But it seems to be doing pretty well just in the old sphagnum, but I think it's probably time to repot. As far as the dendrobiums around me, I have behind me I have one dendrobium where there's an ID associated with it. I've got one over here that I think I might know what it is, but I'm not sure. This might be Judy roots. I think that's what it is. And it has, I like this one a little bit more. It has some nice coloration, interesting coloration and striation striping in the petals, and I like that. And then I've got the one over here that is I think it probably has about 6 bloom spikes on it, and these are all just attached and stuck to my tree. But I've got one behind me that is that's a NoID that has just a lot of spikes, and it's just doing well. I have one that is right. It might be hitting me. Yeah, this one right here. I think this is called mini purple, and so this is one of the few that I have that is an ID, and this was gifted to me by Bill. So Bill thinks it's doing well, but this is just mounted. It's kind of sitting on my tree, but it's mounted on a piece of wood that is then on a hook that is then attached to the tree. I've got another den that is right back here on the bottom that hasn't opened yet, but all of my NoIDs are busting out. They're blooming. They're looking good, and I just wanted to make this short video to show you what some of these plants look like. All right, that's all I have for today. Short video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my video and you want to keep on seeing them, it would help me out if you could click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. All right, that's all I have for today. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and happy propagating.